new crop. Turning to Restaurants Canada, David Lefebvre, Vice President, Federal and Quebec Affairs. Mr. Lefebvre.
Good afternoon, bon après-midi, Mr. Chair, Mesdames, Messieurs les distingués membres du comité, merci de votre invitation.
Thank you for your invitation.
Federal Affairs in Quebec at Restaurants Canada. We are the National Restaurants Association, representing over 30,000 members, be they full-service restaurants, quick-service restaurants, catering services, bars, or drinking places. In normal times, our industry employs 1.2 million people, generates $93 billion in economic activity, and serves 22 million Canadians every single day. As you all know, these are not normal times. Since mid-March, COVID-19 outbreak in this country has wreaked havoc on restaurant operators. 800,000 jobs have been lost, and close to a quarter of restaurants are either permanently closed or think about shutting down forever over the next few weeks. More than half our industry does not have any sales. Dreams are broken, retirement hopes are broken, careers are broken, lives are in shambles. Our people are ingenious and can adapt to many circumstances, but right now some have both knees on the ground and they need a friend. It is not a situation they like, and they did not choose to be in it. Our association fully accepts public health measures and our continued role, but we also request proper support. This is a time for action. Le gouvernement fédéral a mis en place d'excellents.
The federal government has implemented excellent programs over the last month, such as the CERB for workers, wage subsidies, loans for businesses, or support for young workers and students. As we slowly move away from emergency measures towards a more sustainable transition, Restaurants Canada would like to share its recommendations. Without your action and that of your colleagues, the carnage in our sector will continue. 75% of our members in a recent survey think that or consider that they are in a very serious or critical level of debt. Canadian restaurateurs need help that is targeted to their sector.
The highest fixed cost in our industry. As the next step to ensure business continuity, it is essential that this be addressed by the federal government and its provincial counterparts. Without action, you will not be able to drive 2 blocks in a few months without witnessing tons of closed stores and massive desolation. It's going to be true in the 338 ridings across the country. Nobody wished that to happen. Restaurants are different than other stores. Closing down 7 weeks ago meant massive loss in inventory. Fresh food was donated or lost. There's no inventory anymore. No disrespect, but we're not a candle or a clothing store that will not have lost most of their inventory. Even when reopening, it's going to be like, rebuilding from scratch. It's not just possible to flip the light switch on. Our members face a triple whammy of closure, often total, lost inventories, and mounting bills. On top of that, operators have lost excellent employees that might not come back to the business after the crisis. Aujourd'hui, nous vous lançons un cri d'alarme.
Today, we are sounding the alarm. Help these restaurants, these institutions at the heart of our lives. We recommend an immediate moratorium on evictions for commercial renters. This would diminish the pressure while stakeholders continue to develop long-term solutions. We also need assistance for paying rent in terms of a percentage that corresponds to reduced revenue. Delays in loans are useful in the short term, but long-term mechanisms are required to avoid permanent closure due to an insurmountable level of debt. Maintain measures all throughout the economic recovery. Restaurants Canada recommends that rent assistance be provided. The interpreter regrets, but there seems to be a problem with the video.
Do you still hear me?
There, just hold on one sec, David. We're having a little bit of trouble with the video, I believe. We'll get you to just read the next line and we see what happens.
Tax relief, not only deferrals. which often just punt the problem to a later date. Granting waiver on GST, HST for a quarter would be a sound economic measure. Providing some form of subsidy based on a percentage of 2019 revenue is also a path that might be chosen to help restaurants. An extension of the wage subsidy qualifying periods would also truly make a difference. Restaurants Canada is grateful for the steps taken by the government so far to help, but more is needed as we move into a transition period. Our sole purpose is for as many restaurants possible to survive, so our industry can fully contribute to this great country that is ours. We appreciate having been able to share with you the experience from the front line in the industry, and we will be more than happy to answer whatever questions the committee has, as we remain available to answer your question in the benefit of all Canadians. Mesdames, Messieurs,